Hello, this is Todd here, and I'm just going to be showing you some of the issues with these various parts. This particular hinge has the issue of the hinge pins, the pivot pins, simply not being tightly affixed in the hinge body. So if I just hit it like that, the the hinge pin just falls right out. So that's the first issue. In this case, both sides are like that. This side will fall out also, just very simply like that. Those need to be very, very tightly embedded in the units. In some cases, the hinge pin is simply missing. Like here, this pin is not even in the whole mechanism itself. This pin is, that one is, but this one isn't. This particular issue with this hinge is that the bolt that attaches and holds the red button in is not secure. So I can actually spin this and I could get it out. And what happens is when they're not secure, they get misadjusted and misaligned. Like this, in this case, it's just not right. This has to be threaded all the way into the red button. But in many cases, these just fall out when they're not affixed with some kind of Loctite mechanism. In this case, the pin will not even engage. I suspect that the Loctite that was used to hold the bolt and the red button got on the inside of this shaft, and it physically does not allow the button to be pressed at all. In this case, the pin, I believe, is put in backwards. In this case, you'll notice that you can't close the hinge. You know, it's supposed to hit on this round surface, but it can't because the pin is put in backwards. You're supposed to have the pin with the ramped angle on the other side. In this case, the mechanism works, but the hinge is incredibly difficult to open. You can push it and open it, but then once it gets here, you almost need 2 fingers to actually move it. And then to get it back, you really have to push it hard, and then it will fix. But those need to spin a little easier than that. And some hinges, like this one, the pin works, but it physically will not open. I have a feeling that, the length that the bolt was set in the red button is not adjusted appropriately, so when you push it down, it doesn't fully engage the locking mechanism here, so it will not allow the hinge to pivot.